The Life of Flavius Josephus, chapter 32. But as for the inhabitants of the city of Tiberias, they wrote to the king and desired him to send them forces sufficient to be a guard to their country, for that they were desirous to come over to him. This is what they wrote to him. But when I came to them, they desired me to build their walls, as I had promised them to do, for they heard that the walls of Tyrrhachiae were already built. I agreed to their proposal accordingly, and when I had made preparation for the entire building, I gave order to the architects to go to work. But on the third day, when I was gone to Tyrrhachiae, which was 30 furlongs distant from Tiberias, it so fell out that some Roman horsemen were discovered on their march not far from the city, which made it to be supposed that the forces were come from the king, upon which they shouted and lifted up their voices in commendations of the king and in reproaches against me. Hereupon one came running to me and told me what their dispositions were, and that they had resolved to revolt from me. Upon hearing which news I was very much alarmed, for I had already sent away my armed men from Tyrrhachiae to their own homes, because the next day was our Sabbath. For I would not have the people of Tyrrhachiae disturbed on that day by a multitude of soldiers. And indeed, whenever I sojourned at that city, I never took any particular care for a guard about my own body, because I had had frequent instances of the fidelity its inhabitants bore to me. I had now about me no more than 7 armed men, besides some friends, and was doubtful what to do. For to send to recall my own forces I did not think proper, because the present day was almost over, and had those forces been with me, I could not take up arms on the next day, because our laws forbade us so to do, even though our necessity should be very great. And if I should permit the people of Tyrrhachiae and the strangers with them to guard the city, I saw that they would not be sufficient for that purpose, and I perceived that I should be obliged to delay my assistance a great while. For I thought with myself that the forces that came from the king would prevent me, and that I should be driven out of the city. I considered, therefore, how to get clear of these forces by a stratagem. So I immediately placed those my friends of Tyrrhachiae, on whom I could best confide, at the gates, to watch those very carefully who went out at those gates. I also called to me the heads of families, and bade every one of them to seize upon a ship, to go on board it, and to take a master with them, and follow him to the city of Tiberias. I also myself went on board one of those ships, with my friends and the 7 armed men already mentioned, and sailed for Tiberias.